Hey everyone, I have 7 more hidden areas with interesting encounters or items that are easy to miss, this time from Act 2. All but my last one are before the point of no return, so you can do them in any order you choose. For those of you who don't know, the point of no return is in the Shar Temple when you are doing the trials. You will get another warning message stating that if you proceed, the state of your game will change. Now obviously this video has some Act 2 spoilers, so you may want to save it for later. The first area on my list is one most people have probably actually stumbled upon before having the Moon Lantern and ended up not exploring it fully due to the Shadow Curse damage. It is this little house here, right by the Last Light Inn. Once you have the Moon Lantern or the Pixie's buff, head into this location on the map. Inside you will find various items, including the penumbral armor from this chest. This armor gives you a +3 to stealth checks when you are obscured. You can now head down the vines over here, but be careful of the enemies. Sneak up on them if you can. Once you have defeated them, you can explore the area and discover that it was actually a hidden Selûnite temple. You can then explore more by either breaking some walls or lockpicking your way into this area. You will now be in the wine cellar underneath the Last Light Inn. Taking the door at the back of the cellar will pop you out right here. You could also explore this area in the opposite direction that I did by starting here and ending up in the house if you prefer. Up next is a combat encounter that if you don't speak with random dead people or just smash things, you could easily miss. At this location on your map, you come across an area with several torches with a continual flame spell cast on them. If you speak with the corpse here, you will find out how they died and what you should do with the torches, as well as some other info. You don't actually need to speak with the corpse if you don't want to, it just adds some flavor dialogue. Either way, what you want to do is destroy the torches. Once you break the last one, 4 Shadow Mastiffs will appear. One will be a stronger Alpha Mastiff. Once you kill them all, loot the Alpha for a Shadow Cloaked Ring, which gives you an additional 1d4 damage to obscured creatures and all shadow creatures. I recommend doing this encounter as early as possible because the ring really helps you throughout Act 2. My next location is right here in the center of the map, at this statue in the town square. You will see these plaques on the outside of it, which need to be touched in a specific order. Start with the one on the north wall, followed by the west one, and then the one on the east. Now a secret door will open on the south side. You can now head down into a Sharran Sanctuary. I strongly recommend having Shadowheart with you for this, as it allows you to skip the checks, but it's not required. Head down the stairs and click on the plaques on the statues. If you fail any of the checks, 3 sentinels will appear and attack, and you will be locked out of the next area. If you used Shadowheart or passed the checks with someone else, another door will open with an altar inside. Go click on the altar or the dagger and make the offering.
An altar to Shar. It appears to seek prey and a blood offering. Your blood.
You then get some scrolls and potions. Now you can take the dagger if you want. It is a 1d4 dagger with an additional 1d4 necrotic damage. But as a warning, if you do take the dagger, you will have to fight the sentinels. The next area is in Moonrise Towers, and no matter if you are doing a good, evil, or somewhere in between run, make sure you come to the Moonrise before going to the Grand Mausoleum. You can explore and trade with several people here. And as a note, you can also rescue the prisoners from the basement level at any time before doing the Mausoleum. You just fight the guards in the area. It does not cause everyone else in the whole tower to become hostile with you. Once you get to the Moonrise Towers, head to this trader right next to the entrance. She will mention wanting some blood in exchange for a potion.
With 1 drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself.
You can get 1 potion for each of your party members, which will be different depending on what races you are.
You're good.
The main thing you want to do here, however, is bring Asterion. She will want him to bite her. If you get him to bite her, you will get a potion that will increase your strength by 2 permanently.
in a lifetime.
This does cause you to lose some reputation with Asterion, and I don't know if it also affects anything in the later game with him, because I chose not to force him into it. I'm a dex-based character, and the potion was not worth forcing a party member to do something they said no to. Next is another location in Moonrise. Head up this ladder in the main entrance, and over to this cracked wall. You can do an Arcana check if you want, but either way, choose to reach in. Now you actually want to select Do Nothing, and let it pull you in. Letting it pull you in will start a conversation with the Absolute. You can get some neat dialogue about the plot here. After the cutscene thing, you can choose to pull away or submit. If you submit, you and your party will be pulled into the Illithid Obelette, which is the same place you can reach from jumping in the large hole in the prison, or by going behind the prison cells. As a note, you will get a dislocated shoulder from this encounter, which gives you disadvantage on all your attack rolls, but a long rest will fix that. My next area is up at the northwest end of the map, where we meet our friends the KuoToa again, but this time they are not actually our friends. They are shadow-cursed, and they tried to kill us. You want to head up north past the Grand Mausoleum, then down over to this fishing shack. There will be several KuoToa hiding here. Once you kill them, you can get the lightning jabber off the chief. It is a chance to shock your target, or do extra lightning damage when thrown. Now if you head south of this area, there will be an ominous crevice you can enter. This takes you to the House of Healing Morgue. With a big enough jump, you can get over to the rock ledge that actually leads you to the morgue itself, and to this locked chest which has the Flesh Melter cloak in it. This lets you do 1 to 4 damage anytime someone hits you with melee. As a note, if you don't have anyone who can jump the gap, you could just summon a mage hand right next to the chest and have it throw it to you. You can now head down the path to the bottom, but apart from some oozes and a hollowed armor to fight, there's not much down here. Just before I get to my final encounter, I'd like to ask that you consider leaving a like and subscribing if you have not already done so. It helps me build my channel and get my videos out to more people. And it's always nice to see those numbers rise. So thank you in advance. And now for my final encounter. It is in the Mind Flayer colony, and is a 2-parter. You can only legitimately access this area by progressing past the point of no return for Act 2. You get here by fighting Ketheric. Halfway through the fight, he heads down here, and you can follow him. Be warned though, once you are down here, you cannot leave, so make sure you are prepared and bring whoever you want with you in your party. I missed it in my playthrough, but apparently bringing Will is a good idea. And also maybe Gale. There are 2 things I want to show down here. The first is this restoration station. I assume everyone knows about it, but just in case, it is essentially a long rest without the rest part. It fully heals you and restores all your spell slots, so make use of it. If you have any spells that don't require concentration and last until a long rest, you can cast them all and use the station to restore all your spell slots. Aid and Necromancy spells are great for this. Now the main thing I want to show you is something I think is easily missed. It is over here in the barracks. You want to talk with Cressa Bonedaughter. You do need to pass a very hard deception check. It is a 21. So save beforehand, or use all the bonuses you can, including any scroll or spell of Charm Person that you have. If you fail, you will need to fight all the people in the barracks. But if you manage to convince her that you are here to help, she will not be hostile. You can now talk to her again and say you seek her blessing. This is a 16 persuasion check. If you pass this, you will be blessed, receiving Myrkuls' gift, which lasts until long rest and gives you 10 temporary hit points and will deal 10 cold damage to any melee attackers while you still have those temporary hit points. You can now speak to Cressa with each party member to give them the blessing too. You don't need to pass the checks again, just the first time you get the blessing. And now you can attack and kill them all if you like.
Your violence hasn't gone on.
Well, that's everything I have for you this time. Let me know down in the comments if you missed any of this stuff or managed to find it all. And please leave a comment with any other Act 2 things that you found that I didn't show. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.